So very quickly, here we are, Louis Vuitton, and we're going to be inside here very soon. I am so excited to have a look around with these delightful chaps. Okay, so we are. I just thought I would show you I know we've just basically arrived at a building, but everything matters, I find. So this is a Louis Vuitton manufacturing factory, and I know little about it, but I didn't want to miss coming because this sort of thing I really enjoy myself. Anyway, I need to put the camera down now, I imagine.
How are you? Good? Perfect.
So I thought I would just show you our entrance. It's very pleasant, and all over already you can see the Louis Vuitton design signatures everywhere. It's very nice. So I've just noticed this, and this is probably going to be a quick recap of Louis Vuitton's history. And because I find these things interesting, I thought let's quickly take a look. I will look at this, hopefully the video is capturing it, but I'm going to do a quick take, why not? Because you can slow this down and take a view, but I'll capture it anyway.
The reason was, of course, to get the Geneva seal, and also it was a bit more convenient with Paris, because the head of Vuitton is in Paris, so it was a bit easier to work from here. And then we had a lot of other acquisitions that I will talk a bit later. So, please come here. Ouais, merci. So here we're gonna see where we built the dial. So the first part is the machining of the dial. You probably saw already some dial manufacturers, so I will probably more focus on what is special here. Is all about the stones. Okay, that's the specialty of the dial manufacturer. So here we have 4 engineers working on the development of the dial. They work both for the dial and also the métier d'art that you will see. Okay, everything is machined here, then dial or métier d'art. Okay. So we work with different stones. That's one of the big skills that we have here. And we work on very, very thin plates. If you want to have a look to this one. So you see, that's the size over here, basically. And the tool that we use is this one. Okay. Then we play, for example, this is mother of pearl. Mother of pearl that we paint on the back side. And we play with the thickness to get this different color of blue. You can have a look at it. Okay. If you have any question, I mean, let me know. If I talk about something that you know already too well, just let me know and we skip. And okay, so don't hesitate. The visit is for you, so just let me know what you want. Okay. But this is, for example, I want to show you also. You know, the spin time is your iconic movement. So this is basically the cube that you have in the spin time. This is the size of the cube. We are machining the cube here. Also. Then we can go to the dial next step, I would say. We have here, of course, usual things like galvano, stamping, and these kind of things. But we have also peinture miniature that you will have a look.
So I have my own, what do you call it? Overall.
What was very, very complicated was this moustache, what we call, because the shape is not in a straight line, and so to finish this part was very, very complicated. So we asked a lot of colleagues to help us. Nobody was really able to do it. So at the end, this part is a bit difficult. The other material that are not so easy to mix together, and the guilloche was very, very complicated to do. So we finally are very happy to be able to launch.
Take to make one of them.
One of the dial,
Yeah.
I think we produce 5 per week.
Okay.
So it was quite a long process, yes. Yeah.
I wrote an article for one of the pieces where it's like the cathedral enameling.
Yes, okay.
Insane, yeah.
Okay.
What they call
You want to
seal.
have a look? Yeah. So please,
Okay, thank you.
go ahead. So we'll see what is Marina doing. So basically, so this is like one of the most old pieces that we have here. Was the wartime that we produced years ago. The inspiration came from, the trunk, Louis Vuitton trunk. Every family has his own signature on it before. When you were traveling, you have 10 trunks and you need to recognize them. And so our designer came to the archive of Vuitton, because we have a big archive in Paris with all the old trunks. And they find this logo and colors mixed together, and they decide to do a watch with that. So of course it was a wartime, because it's the travel of the DNA of the travel and so on. And so we decide to do very special things, is to hand paint every dial. So you have here, c'est 38 couleurs, je me rappelle jamais. 38 colors that you have to paint one by one. You paint one, put it in the oven, paint again, etc. So this is what Marina is doing here. I tried sometimes. No, it's not possible. So the size of you see the size? The paint?
Oh,
Fine,
wow.
very.
It's very, yeah, you almost need the money.
Yeah.
This is what she used
Wow.
to paint. And this is the final result. So if you look, this dial is the stamped dial, like normal, like used in the industry. And this is the hand painting. So you see the volume on the
Yeah.
dial. It makes
Adds a lot
all the
more
difference.
depth. Yeah.
Yeah. You can touch and take it, and it's, we'll not use this dial for the product. So when we have more time, we let our guest try this, but I think regarding the short time that we're gonna have, we'll continue. But it's funny to try. Next time, if you have more time and you come, we can do it.
I think the success rate will be very low.
Yeah. And the trick is that you try to don't take too much paint at the beginning, and in fact you have to do the opposite. You have to take quite a lot to be clean. But on va pas faire aujourd'hui parce qu'ils sont assez pressés. Mais merci beaucoup, Marina. So you see the volume here that you have with the painting. So this is what you see on the tile. Okay.
Perfect.
Merci.
Merci.
Yeah, it's amazing. What all the things that are happening. It's crazy.
Like a dream, is it?
Yes, no, but honestly, it's once in your life that you can live these kind of things with so much speed and willingness to do great product. This is what we all love, is that Jean is a truly watch lover, and he knows, he has a lot of knowledge on it, and it's very nice because you always talk about product with him, and it's fun. It's not just figures and numbers. It's really in the product. You want to great product, so it's incredible for us.
Incredible.
Two different pieces. Okay, the movement you will see there is not the external part that you have here, but just we like to present this Voyager minute repeater because we are quite proud of this one, and we have a nice story about it.
By Mathieu, in the designer. They give us by the marketing specifications, and with the movement that the other office gave to us, we build on our software all around the movement, the part, the assembly, the drawings for our external or internal suppliers. So in this example, we have two main difficulties, challenges of this watch. The first was the thickness, because for a minute repeater, these are big watches. So the challenge.
They are journalists on watch, so they know quite well.
So the thickness, marketing would like less than 1 centimeter. So this watch.
And on this specific model on the Voyager, if you increase the thickness, it's really not so good in terms of proportion. So we really needed to have this less than 1 centimeter proportion kept, because otherwise the design was not so great. So that was one of the biggest challenge. Yeah.
So with 345 or I think pieces, we arrived to 9.75 centimeters. And the second challenge was the water resistance, because every watch from here are water resistant.
This is something very important for Vuitton, because Vuitton is the travel, the DNA is the travel, so you need to wear it. It's not a watch like a lot of other brands are doing non-waterproof. I mean, repeater for the sound and these kind of things, we need something waterproof. So that was the rule.
So here we add some gasket everywhere, here, on the crown, and on the system of the minute repeater. And the problem is that with water resistance and minute repeater is a little bit difficult to have the sound well. So we have worked on the case. Yes, we have done some holes on the case for the sound. Like that, the sound can circulate easily, and the sound is good after. After that, we have fixed the movement directly on the case. So vibration are directly the vibration of the movement are directly on the case, and the sound is better like that. So with all that technique challenge, we make we finished our job on the software and make some 3D models in wax.
You will see the watch for real downstairs, so you can have a look.
Yes.
Can you hear it in the water as well? How does it sound in the water? Can you?
It's 30 meters waterproofness, so yes, you can put it in the water. Then don't swim with it.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, I think
stop swimming now.
So here on the screen is this one, in scale 1. And so we obtain that type of 3D model in 2 days approximately. So it's very quick to validate for the marketing, to validate some shapes, some size of crown.
This is really what we do for 10 years now. Because before we used to start prototyping. I mean, we're not the only one doing that. Of course, everyone is doing that. But the idea is that we are not prototyping things straight away. We always do a wax to submit it to the designer to see the proportion. Then if it's okay, we launch the prototype and we have it 3-4 weeks after. But it helps a lot to see the proportion, of course.
So with the 3D model, we validate the shapes. Here we can validate easily the shape of the bracelet on the wrist. So it's a good mean to validate easily. And after, a second type of prototype in a real material to validate the finishings and the weight, for example.
Super. Merci beaucoup. Merci.
This is 3D printed, or is it?
Yes, this is 3D printed. Yeah, we try more and more to work also on the movement to see how it looks like.
So where do you make these
Like
3D printed things?
So we have a machine here,
Hidinky edition.
but we use it mainly to test things in the movement.
Okay.
For this, honestly, this is quite easy things to do this. So we just ask, we have a partner
Okay.
that helps us in 24 hours. We have the prototype. Then when it's more complex, the things you will see at the movement there, we do it internally.
Okay.
Yeah. Or two confidential things, you know, we play with partner and we have also the machine downstairs.
And we obtain that kind of bracelet by assembly the part. And the new generation of 3D model, this one, is for tambour, new tambour. This one is obtained in one piece.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow.
Slide, and we obtain this
This one
final
you will
bracelet.
see it for real downstairs. We have also one of these. Yeah. Okay. Project.
So many references.
Okay. So here it's really the heart of La Fabrique du Temps, where we develop the movement. We have a lot of engineers working on it, and I think they are quite creative. So Dali is going to explain you montre de poche, pocket watch. So, you know, we have a story about Jacquemart, Carpe Diem and so on that we developed. The next chapter is pocket watch for us. We want to bring the technology, I would say, and also the finishings to the next level. So Dali is going to show you what we're going to do.
Okay,
Please,
so
if you want to have a
welcome
seat, feel free. Huh?
You can come closer if you want. It's okay. So welcome here in our technical office. We are here 6 engineers and we develop the movement for La Fabrique du Temps. And I will talk about our new project, our pocket watches. These watches are unique pieces. Each one is unique with a different animation. You can see here an example of an animation. It is the Golden Pagoda in Kyoto. This is the.
I will just ask you when we go to the mechanism to don't take picture. That's the only part, please, to not yes, register, please.
Okay, so on this pocket watch we have 2 faces. The first one, the front side, we have the animation, and on the back side you will have the hands for the hours and the minutes.
It was a long discussion because at the beginning the hands was on the front, but then Mathieu, designer, said no, it's a pity to put hands on this beautiful landscape, so let's put the hands on the bottom of the case. And again, as Dalif said, every single watch is unique, and usually the designers spend time with the client to build what they want. So, for example, a client wants to showcase the 5 steps of his life when he was a child, when he get married, and so on. And then Mathieu designed this for him, and we developed the watch.
I like the trunks in the boat. It's nice touch.
Yes. So as you can see, we receive this picture, and this is a blueprint. So we have to make the compass move. The branches here of the tree will move. The boat will go from the right to the left of the dial, and the geisha's head will move during the animation. And the lid of the trunk will open, and they will let appear a monogram.
Wow.
This is the goal. So this is a minute repeater. So when you slide the slider, you will listen to the hours and the quarters and the minutes, and the animation will start.
So you don't need the hands at the end, just listen.
So this is the goal.
And something,
And then we have to do all the movement.
and something I think we are, quite good at is about the fluidity of the movement. Because doing the movement is one thing, make it very fluent, it's another thing. And this is something we are working very hard on it, to have this incredible fluid movement.
Amazing.
Okay. So here we work with the CAD software in 3D, and we develop all we and
It's
we,
specific, yeah.
and we have many on each bridge, and we put on each wheel and on the two sides, on each side of the wheel. So even what you cannot see, this you have a sharp interior angle. And we have 40 sharp interior angle on each wheel, and it's between 3 days and 6 days of work
Wow.
to
Just to do the anglage.
to finish to decorate.
And the same
Yes.
on the other side.
Yes.
Wow.
And we have 14 wheels, so it's 14 weeks of work
Just for the
to
wheels.
decorate to finish the wheels.
Make it look nice.
This one here, this is a mirror concave polish. This is, it's really hard to make such a decoration here, and even this one is so hard to obtain the good result. But because if you have only one default, we will start from scratch.
Okay, well.
Okay. D'autres choses, d'abord? I don't know how you want to.
Yeah, I was watching that. Was it?
Could you able to just face me here? Just for you to. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Cool. I don't want to tell you the whole story, but just some important date to keep in mind. 1988 is the first watch that Vuitton launched, but without any manufacturer, in collaboration with Gaolanti, which is quite famous architect. Then I would say 2002, of course, important date for us because it's the creation of Louis Vuitton watches. A very, very important date for us is, of course, 2014, when we come in Geneva. But just before that, 2011 was the date when Louis Vuitton watches become La Fabrique du Temps, because we bought a company that was owned by Michel Navas and Enrico Barbazini, and then they joined us. And luckily, they are still with us today, so it's a great pleasure for us to still have this genius with us. 2012, we bought the dial manufacturer, and then I will say, I can go a bit quickly on this, but an important date for me is 2021. The first is that that's the year where Carpe Diem was launched, and I don't know from outside point of view, but for sure in Switzerland, we really see the difference before and after. You know, before when I have some watchmaker friends that I said, okay, please come to work with us. They were like, Vuitton doing watches? No, I will go with Patek Philippe and so on. Honestly, after this presentation, the mindset changed. So it was a real change for us. And of course, that's the year when Jean Arnaud joined us. And then the speed and the strategy changed completely. And so that's for me a very important date. And last year we bought 3 manufacturers. So movement component manufacturer, Microedge, Métier d'Art with the R&D, and we bought also a third company on doing case manufacturing. So the case and the movement manufacturing are just there, 500 meters far away. We don't have time to visit everything in once, but they are just there. So next time we can also have the tour. It changed a lot for us in terms of speed and in terms of quality. It was a completely game changer. So yeah, it's so nice to have everything. This is the guarantee.
Can you take a picture?
Of course, you can take any picture you want here. Yeah, for sure. You have some Gerard Jonta there, also if you want.
Look, the urchin also.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Then you have some Daniel Roth, I think, also.
Like peanuts.
But that's the previous one, huh? That's not the current one. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a classic Genta. Right?
Yes.
This is the original sign at the top.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's lovely.
So I wrote an article on the new ones. So I'm
To be honest, the head of marketing, Louis, you know Louis,
Louis we are working with.
Okay.
He's the head of the marketing and the commercial for Geneva and Roth,
Mm-hmm.
and he's really into this kind of, you know where to find the pieces. So finally found it. So okay, I say yes, I buy it. Thank you.
Done. That's so cool.
And just say a few words. So when Jean joined us, he had a lot of discussion with independent watchmaker because he loved this, and I think he buy a lot of watch from them. And one thing that came quite often is that it was very difficult the first year to develop the brand because there are no money, no support, and even if they were very talented, it was quite complicated. And so I think Reshape was really talking with Jean about that. And so he decided to create this Louis Vuitton prize. The idea is two things: is to put some lights on the new independent watchmakers, and the second point is thanks to a partnership with non-independent like Acrivia, we built a special edition that we sell, and all the money that we make with that is given to this prize. So it helps also financially the winner of the prize. We help them also with La Fabrique du Temps. So the previous winner came here a few days, and we have a kind of coaching for him, and we help him. For example, if he has difficulty to get dial, we're going to do dial for him, or if you have difficulty with a movement component, this kind of thing, we will help him. So that's the whole idea of this prize. I'm sure you know this quite well, but just here we are checking all the pieces that we are producing. And for example, here we develop a tool to test the crown on the new tambour on 100,000 cycle, just to be sure that everything's fine. So this is basically the tool. I mean, that's a common tool. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It's not so. So here we check 100% of the components coming from or a supplier or who manufacture from here or there. And then you have the final product control here, just to check, last check before sending the product. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's all the quality control. So, the two pieces that we saw upstairs are here. Okay, so you can have a look. So this is the minute repeater that you saw, with the 1 centimeter.
Oh, wow.
It's very loud, actually.
Of course, the wood help. Huh?
Yeah.
We agree. Yeah. We're cheating a bit, but yeah. What is quite special with our minute repeater is that you can ring the time of your hometown. So you are in the US, and you ring the time of London.
Okay.
That's the funny, yeah, no, always the DNA of Vuitton, the travel. So we always play with this kind of things.
Well, that's very cool.
This is the component that you have in the minute repeater. So this is the component in the tambour watch, but it's nearly the same than here. So you have a 360 components here. And here you have the carpe diem. You can show here, of course. If you want, I can push the. No, please. I just want to activate the mechanism so you can have a look.
I can see it a lot better on the screen. Wow. Yeah, it's insane.
So you will see. We finished the production a few weeks ago, so we don't have any watch left in the production. We stopped it. It was limited. But you will see other similar watch at the métier d'art part. So it's enamel engraved. You see, I can redo it for all the animation because you have quite a lot of things happening. So you have the power reserve here. Power reserve, hour, minute, retrograde. Then you reveal carpe diem. Some client asks for dedicated message, or they change the color of the snake. I mean, you have different type of it. Was a really, really great success for us. This is really the piece that changed a lot La Fabrique du Temps. Yeah, really, definitely. Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Yeah. So we are very, very proud of this one. So we have around 30 watchmakers here. Okay. You have, well, they are there, but basically what we, of course. Mais je vous en prie. You have any question on the product?
Speechless.
It's very, very impressive for the thickness. Very impressive.
Thank you.
9.75 millimeters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Can I take a picture of the back?
Of course. I don't know where you're here.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
So the workshop is divided by a typology of watch. Something very important to us is that a watchmaker is producing the watch from the beginning to the end. We don't have pre-assembly and then another one is taking us. So Jean is very strict on that. He wanted that every watchmaker is doing everything from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
So basically, if you are a client, you can know which watchmaker is your watch.
Yeah.
So even for the after sales of the revision, we try to keep the same watchmaker doing the same watches. That's the politic. So there you have, let's say, the base of our collection, the tambour, the escale, they are done in this workshop there. Then here you have all the, call it plaque modules, so mainly spin time. You have the tourbillon here. You have the jacquemart here. And you have all the minute repeater here. We isolated a bit the watchmaker because it's better to be able to fine-tune the song, to be a bit more isolated. We have workshop to do, but I think it's going to be short. So this is La Fabrique des Arts, a new workshop that we are very, very proud. Okay, so very shortly we can go to see the guillocheuse. That's what we want to develop for Daniel Roth mainly. We come back here in 1 minute, promise. No, well, okay, can start with that. No, but it's the same. I mean, we can start here. So we have only 5 minutes, so we're gonna try to be short. So we start here. Is the engraving. Look, you can have a look to the screen here if you want to see a bit bigger. So you are working on the opera, right? Yes. Okay. So you know we have the Carpe Diem and the next generation was opera. Same principle but different design and animation. Then when it's engraved, bon, c'est en feuille, t'es sur feuille art, hein, oui, Nicolas. Then we move. So it's another jacquemart. That's the mixed watch, I would say lady watch or mixed watch, but smaller for sure. So Nicolas is now in a mailing. Merci beaucoup.
Ça marche.
Technology fail.
Yeah.
Ah, peut-être que c'est la caméra, je sais pas si elle
Elle a allumé ta plume.
elle, ça se clignote bleu.
Ah non,
Ah non, c'est pour ça.
j'ai pas.
Toi, tu fais puriste, toi.
On n'a pas branché, attends. Branché.
Ah, mince. Engraving and bijouterie there. Okay, so they work the three together to create these incredible pieces. So now Nicolas is working on enamel of this watch. The red was very special, so it was quite hard to find the right enamel. And so Nicolas, c'est quoi l'histoire sur le rouge? C'est un truc que tu as pris perso, hein, c'est ça?
Yes.
So he take his own enamel to do this watch because we are not able to provide the exact color. So basically it's a very old enamel that his teacher gave him years ago. So it's, yeah. With, ah, super, merci beaucoup. So you can look at the work here. And finally, we are polishing the piece here. C'est combien d'heures le cadran Fiery Art, tu sais?
Alors, la préparation complète plus le montage, il faut compter entre 90 et 100 heures.
Okay. Okay, it's about 100 hours of preparation and assembly just for one die. And so you can have a look to the work there on the screen if you want. And I can also show you quickly, this is what we use the raw material of the enamel. So we have plenty of different color with a very slight difference of color, but this is plenty of enamel. And the last thing before you leave, you have still 1 minute. C'est bon, une minute encore? I just want to show you the machine that we bought for the for the guilloche of Daniel Roth, especially. We're very, very happy about that. It's a very old machine. This one is from 1850.
1850.
Yes. And this one, 1936, I think.
1936.
Yeah. So basically, you have to buy the machine. You have to restore the machine.
Yeah.
You add this module to be more accurate. And so this is a lignée machine to do this kind of Daniel Roth dial, or clou de Paris, or lignée. This is the kind of dial that you are doing here. And this is for more round shape guilloche. No, not for Daniel Roth. And this one is an old one that we have to restore, but it takes a lot of time, so we already restored the two first one. And this one is a bit more complex, and we have to restore it.
That's great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I will come with
So that was Louis Vuitton, and that was I was speechless a little bit, or the equivalent of mechanical artistry, starstruck, or something. But I thought it was very cool. I really enjoyed it, and I found myself listening to the guy and wanting to soak it all up. But what a lovely visit. Anyway, on we go.